Good morning to this morning's session, this morning's session is another slower paced strength session. What we're going to focus on this morning is slower, more controlled combination moves. So moves that require a little bit of balance, a little bit of coordination. They might seem a little yoga-y, but it's not yoga because I'm not a yoga instructor, but it's sort of smooth paced combination moves that have a strength emphasis, and we're working on a timed sort of pyramid structure, which will be quite familiar to you by now. 3 very distinct blocks, not so much a single element focus as we have done the last couple of weeks. They're very much, the middle one is about legs, of course. The third one is probably more about core and things like that. And the first one is, but they're all sort of, there's a lot going on in these moves. There's a lot of combination, a lot of balance, lots of control. So they're slow, they're steady. Each move is about 40 seconds, and we work our way up and then we come back down again. So the similar sort of structure to last week. So what I'll do, I'll take you through the exercises for the first block. Okay, so what we're going to do, the first block is very much face down on the floor kind of work. So on your hands for quite a reasonable period of time on this one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises, but what we're going to do is there's going to be 6, 7 intervals. So we're going to go up and then come back down again, peaking with one exercise and then sort of repeating exercises coming back down the pyramid. So the first one is the plank rock into a lizard and rotate. Now we're alternating on this one. So you start in the plank position here, high plank, and then you take your hips back, but keep the knees off the floor into that position. Now we've done this a couple of times, this movement. And then when you come forward, bring the leg forward into this position here. Then open up. If you've done yoga, you probably find this one quite familiar. And then bring it back, change the foot position, take it back, bring it forward, and rotate, like that. So we're going to do 40 seconds of that movement. Nice and smooth, open it up, bring it back, like that, 40 seconds. The next thing we're going to do then is continue, let's just sort of progress that a little bit more into the second movement. The second movement goes from this position into a 3-leg down dog. So you're going to go up like that, and then down into a grasshopper. Bring the foot up, I'll just show you from the other side, which is up like that, down into the grasshopper, and return the leg. So it's up, down, return, up, down, return. Okay, the third exercise, still on that position. Now, you might find you get a little bit tired on your hands. If at any point you need to just come back, shake out the hands, that's absolutely fine as well. So from here, it's a negative push-up. So work with the push-up variation that you prefer, whether that's knees or full. Come down really slowly, like that, and then into a Superman. Then bring the hands back, and you can either come up on your knees, negative up out of it, or full push up out of it. So the movement is down, Superman, hands back, up, down, Superman, hands back, up. Then we're going to get to the peak of the pyramid. So that takes you down onto your elbows, and we're rotating. This is a much simpler movement. Just going to go from there to there to there. And then once we've done 40 seconds of that, next thing we're going to do is come back on the floor into the Superman, into the push-up, and then after we've done that, it's the 3-legged dog, into the grasshopper, and then after we've done 40 seconds of that, the plank rock, into the lizard, and rotate. Okay, and then we're going to have a rest for a minute, repeat that little sequence, and then move on to the next block. Okay, so it's quite simple stuff, but stuff that requires well, when I say simple, it's complex stuff, but it's slower, so it's more manageable. Once you've done the movement a couple of times, it will feel quite, it'll make sense, and just flow from one exercise to the other. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to start. I'll pull the timer up, and we'll get cracking. That's what we want. Okay, so we're going to start with a plank rock into the lizard with rotation and alternating sides. 40 seconds, starting now. So from here, take it back, Bring the leg forward. Open it out. Slowly does it. There's not really any speed on this. This is very much about control. As with a lot of our Wednesday work, it's about controlling the movement, controlling the core. This move really nicely mobilises the hips as well. You know, and you'd use this movement very much as part of a warm-up, but you wouldn't do it for such a prolonged period of time. Okay, that's the end of the 40 seconds. Now we're going to go into the three-legged dog and the grasshopper. Return the foot, three-legged dog, grasshopper. Return the foot. Back, up, down and back. And again, this is a lot of time to be on your hands, so if you do need to shake it out, that's absolutely fine. And back. Okay, come into the end of the 40. Next one, into the push-up, or the push down really. Superman, back, come up the way that works best for you, and then go back down again. Up into the Superman. That's it. Just take your time. Nice and smooth. Lower it down. Next move from here, onto your elbows, into the plank, and we're just going to rotate. Really reach with your fingertips as you turn into that side plank. And down, reach with the fingertips. And back, reach, and back, reach, back. Keep that going, keep it moving, nice and smooth. Very deliberate movement. There's no speed in any of this. So, come into the end of the 40, and then we're back into the push-ups and the Superman. Okay, down on the floor, push up, return it down. That's it, and release. Back, up, and return it down. And release. Up. And bring it down. Keep going. Up. Good job. Now into the three-legged dog. Up. And through. And back, up, and through, and back, up, and through, and back. Keep it going, and back. Keep moving here. Lots of nice control. Push away with the shoulders as you come down. And then the final one on this, from here into that one, take the hips back, and then as you come forward, bring one leg forward, and open it, and back. One leg back, and here, and open it, and back. Take it back, leg forward, open it, nice and slow. Open it out. Not long left on this one now. Back and rest. Good job, good job. So we've got a minute's rest, and then we're going to go into the next round. Another round of that, and then we'll move into the next block. But good stuff, everyone. Good stuff. Just get your breath back, take it nice and easy. So it's quite low impact, this stuff. Not too tricky, not too intense. Get yourself a nice rest, take on a little drink of water, and then we'll go again. Have a little sip. Okay, just this video. So again, when you're on the next one, now just really think about flow, really think about control through each phase of the movement. Right then, so everybody ready? Let's get back into position, and we're going to start again with a plank rock into the lizard and rotation. Off you go, guys. So take it back and forward. Off you go. Back and forward. Off you go. Keep it going. Open it out. So as you come forward, one leg straightens, but the other leg pretty much stays the same. Keeping the knees off the floor. Okay, the next movement, three-legged dog into grasshopper. So push it up, bring it round, back, up, bring it round, back, up, bring it round. Good stuff. Up, bring it round. Keep it going. Up, bring it round. Nice and smooth. So, very different to our Friday and Sunday sessions. Okay, negative push-up into Superman. Back, up you go. Negative push-up into Superman. This sequence will really strengthen the front of your body and counteracting nicely with the Superman. Okay, that's the end of that sequence. Move in now into rotating plank and reach. Off you go. And bring it round. And take it the other side. And bring it round. Take it the other side. Really extend as you turn. So you can see your arms going across the body like that. Just gives you that extra bit of stability as you're moving. Coming to the end of this interval now, back to the push-ups and the Superman. Okay, down to the floor. Give it a Superman. Hands, push up, down. Superman. Push up, down. Take your time. Really smooth, really controlled. Nice, easy breathing throughout here. Come to the end of this sequence, moving into the three-legged dog next. Up in the air, bring that round. Back and change legs. Up in the air, swap it around. Up in the air, and round. Keep it going. Lovely smooth work, everyone, keep it going. Push up, bring it down. And this is where it's starting to kick in a little bit. Just this smooth, controlled movement. Starting to feel it a little bit in the shoulders and arms maybe. Okay, back into this position. And then move that forward. And open the trunk up. Bring it back into that plank rock, into that lizard lunge, into that trunk rotation. Bring it round, back, open it right out. Try and straighten the back leg as much as you can as well. Open it right out. Good stuff. Nearly there. Open it right out. Good job. One more. And rest. Good job, everyone. And pause it there. So, that's that round done. That's that element done. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to a sort of leg-based block. So this one's nice and simple. We've got some lunge variations in there. We've got some bear crawling and squatting, and we've got some get-up squats as well. So I'll just take you through the moves. So the first move we're going to do is something called a round-the-clock lunge. So make sure you've got enough space to sort of take your legs forward, to the side and behind on this one. So the movement for the first 40 seconds is a front lunge, diagonally, out to the side, 90 degrees, back diagonally, reverse lunge, and then a big swing lunge forward, and follow that pattern throughout. Okay, so that's the first exercise. The second exercise is exactly the same, but with the other leg. Okay, then what we're going to do is a rotating bear crawl into a squat. So we're back down on the floor for this one. You're in this position here, and what I want you to do in this sort of all fours position with the knees just off the floor is just to rotate 180 degrees, deep squat. Don't stand. Down, back. Rotate the other way. Deep squat. Try not to fall over like me. Down. So work through that movement for 40 seconds after you've done both your legs and your lunges. Okay, then the top of the pyramid is the prisoner get up, which we know quite well. So this position here, and all we're going to do is up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, like that. Then we go back to the bear crawl, and then we go back to the round the clock lunges on both legs, and that's the end of the round. We'll have a minute's rest, and then we go again. Okay, so everybody ready? Let's start with a swing lunge. Make sure you've got enough space. On your marks, get set, and let's go. Lunge forward, lunge diagonally forward, lunge 90 degrees to the side, lunge diagonally backwards, reverse lunge, big swing lunge forward. If you do need to tap down in the middle, that's fine, but try and go all the way through if you can. Keep your back flat, keep your trunk upright. You're only going to go around a couple of times really in this one. Okay, change sides. Same thing on the other side. Big lunge forward. Diagonally to the side. 90 degrees to the side. That's it. Diagonally backwards. Reverse lunge. Swing lunge forward. And return. So there's lots of control going on here. Side lunge. That's it. Diagonal. And back. Take it through. Great stuff. Next thing we do, rotating bear crawl now. Into this position. Rotate 180 degrees. Deep squat. Stay there. Down. Rotate 180 degrees the other way. Deep squat. Down. Deep squat. Down. Deep squat. Down. squat, and I'm just going to return onto my knees for the prisoner get up. Going to go up, up, down, down, alternate sides, down, down, up, up, down, down, keep it moving, down, down. That's it, nice smooth stuff. Really think about your core control on this one. That's it. Okay, we're back into the bear crawl next. On all fours, knees just above the ground, that lovely tabletop position. Feet forward, deep squat. Down. Deep squat. Down. Deep squat. Down. Lots of control on this. Keep moving. Okay, once we've done that, back into our round the clock lunge. Up you get. Big lunge forward. Return. Diagonally. Return. To the side. Return. Diagonally back. Return. Reverse lunge. And swing it through. That's it. Keep working. Sit the hips down. As with all lunging, trunks tall, lead keeping the hips underneath the shoulders. Swap it around. Same thing on the other side. Swing lunge, or big front lunge rather. Diagonal. Back to the middle. Out to the side, sit it down. Back to the middle. Out to the back and diagonally. Out to the middle. Down in a reverse lunge. Swing it through. And back. Not long left on this one. Reverse lunge. And then bring it through. And take a breather. Good job everyone. Take a little breather. Got a minute's rest, and we'll repeat that sequence one more time before moving on to the next one. I'll just pause that for a second. So have a little breather, get your breath back, and we'll be ready to go in about 30 seconds. Okay, so again with these ones, not particularly about power, very much about control. Really aim to try and improve your range of movement with each rep that you do in each one of these. Especially in the deep squat, especially in the lunges. Make sure that you're not going forward onto the knee. Make sure that you're taking the hip down. Make sure that the hips and the trunk are nice and tall. So you've always got that sort of 90-degree position there. Lovely straight line all the way down through the body, especially in those front lunges. And when you lunge into the side, think about the hips going down to the heels. Okay, so everybody ready? Starting one more time, doing that loop again. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, and go. Front lunge forward, to the side, straight out to the side, lovely flat back as you do that. Again, lovely flat back, push the chest through. Think about posture. This isn't fast, this isn't intense. This is all about control. So a lot of this comes from the midsection here. What you can do with your body to maintain nice upright posture even though you're sitting down into the hip. You don't have to round the back. Okay, and reverse lunge. And up and switch it. Same thing on the other side. And then out to the side. Diagonally forward. Then directly out to the side. And back. Then diagonally backwards. And to the side, and then reverse lunge, and then swing lunge through. That's good. and out to the side. Sit the hips down, get nice and low. Coming to the end of this one now. Moving in to the bear crawl next. Down onto the floor, everybody. In that quadruped position. Go through 180 degrees. Pop the feet up. Get down into a nice upright squat position there. Down. Upright squat position. That hip can get lower and lower. So you start to really work on your hip mobility. Get right down there. Starting to feel it now. I know me first thing in the morning, I'm as stiff as a board. So this kind of work just helps me get nice and mobile. Onto your knees now. Into the prisoner get up. Down, down. Alternate legs. Down, down. So again on this one, we're not really standing up. Keep working, keep moving. That's great. Well done, everybody. Keep going. Alternating legs. And then we're back into that 180 bear crawl, into the quadruped position again. And then up into that deep squat. Back to quadruped. Or loaded beast, as some primal flow people like to call it. Just say all fours, really. Down. I am a loaded beast. There you go. Keep moving through, nice and smoothly. Really working through that. Good job. Up into the lunges now. Round the clock lunge. Diagonally to the front. Completely to the side. Diagonally backwards. Reverse lunge. Swing lunge through. Turn. Diagonally front to the side at 45 degrees. 90 degrees out. Diagonally. As Harry Potter said. And then up and over. Switch it round. Same thing on the other side. Front lunge. Diagonal front lunge. Out to the side. Diagonal reverse lunge. And back. Up and through. Front lunge. Return. Diagonal front lunge. Try and keep your shape. Sideways lunge or lateral lunge. Diagonal reverse lunge. Reverse lunge. Time for a little bit more. Back, nearly done. And that's your 40. Good stuff. Take a breather. So that's the end of that block now. Final block is very much, just pause that timer, very much about hip extension, bit of core work, but very much about hip extension, opening out the front of the body whilst training and strengthening the muscles, the back of the body. Very, very good. Just general postural work, but also if you run or anything like that, keep you upright, keep you strong, strengthen the muscles on the posterior chain. So again, same pattern, 4 exercises going up and then coming back down again. So we're going to start with an alternating crab reach. So you've got a couple of options on this one. Ideally, you want to be doing this movement here. So you're in this sort of crab position and you go up like that, extend, change hands, up and extend. Now, if that's a little tough on the arms and shoulders, which it can be for some people, what I want you to do is do it as a hip bridge here, and you're getting that extension, but you're on your shoulders instead of your arms. Okay, up and over. So it's a bit more manageable. You don't have to rely too much on the strength of your shoulders if your arms are feeling a little tired. Next thing we're going to do then is we're going to work on the core. So in this position here, again, it's a sort of alternating toe touch. So you're going to go there, there, there. Now this, try and keep this going for as long as you can. You will get tired, so if you do feel like you're starting to lose it, then you can go there and bring the knee into it and push on the knee instead of trapping the toes. Okay, the next thing we're going to do then is a tabletop hip raise. So in this position here, in this sort of crab position, push the hips up. So this really opens out the hips, the shoulders, the chest. Again, if you find this a little tough on the shoulders, move down to that variation there. So you still getting that activation through the back of the body, but you're not putting so much load through the shoulders. Then what we're going to do is reverse plank. So that's just that position there. Same movement pattern, hips down, hips up, hips down, hips up. Then back to the tabletop hip raise, back to the sit with the hands, and then back to the crab reach. Okay, so just follow through. It's nice and smooth, not moving too quickly. We're going to start with the crab reach. When you're ready, let's get cracking. On the floor, everybody, and off you go. Reach up, extend, bring it back, change hands. Up, extend, bring it back, change hands. Up and over, bring it back. Up and over. Like I said, if you want to do this on your shoulders, absolutely fine. Aim to be as flat as you can. Push through the hips, through the heels. Up and over. Nice and smooth. Come at the end of the 40 seconds. Down on the floor. Toe touch. So from here, we're going to go luckily now, after all this other work we've been doing with the squatting and the lunging, those first two blocks, the hips are feeling quite nice and mobile. So I can actually get my legs up there. Coming to the end of the 40 seconds, moving into that tabletop hip raise next, into here and here, push the hips up, bring them down, push the hips up, bring them down. So it's kind of touch and go. Touch and go. Be as flat as you can on this one. Really look up to the ceiling. Try and open the chest out as much as you can. That's it, keep that going. Open it up. Next thing we do is straighten the legs. Similar movement pattern, but with straight legs, increasing the intensity of the movement that little bit more. Touch and go. Push the heels into the ground, engage the glutes. That's it, keep it going. And down, nice and smooth. And down. Keep it going. Down. Coming to the end of the 40. And then we're back in that tabletop position. Let's give your hands a little shake out actually in that one. If you want to do this on your shoulders as well, that's absolutely fine. Just maybe soften the elbow joint a little, not too much. You don't want to struggle too much to hold yourself up, but you don't want to feel like discomfort of a locked out elbow too much either. Keep working, keep moving. Nearly there. Next thing is the toe touch. On your back, reaching above the head, point the toes down. I've got tiny short arms, I'm going to have to bend my toes. Got tiny short legs as well, so it should balance out, but keep that going. Feel the core working. Coming to the end of the 40. Good stuff. And then crab reach now to finish. And we're going to go up and over. Extend. Really think about these fingertips. Really think about that extension. Take it back. Up and over. Take it back. Up and over. Keep it going. And back. Up. Really extend. Really think about your body position here. Up. Really think about that. Hold it. Feel the lengthening. A few more. And then we're going to come to an end. And have a rest. Before we do the whole thing again. And rest. Just pause that for a second. Have a little breather. 1 minute's rest. And then we're going to go on to the final circuit. And then we're done and dusted. Okay, so get a little breath back. Whew, surprisingly hot already. So again, this is quite gentle paced stuff. If there's anything, you know, you kind of feel it through the arms and shoulders especially, just stretch anything out, especially through here, through the shoulders. Anything you feel needs a little bit of work. Okay, so when you're ready, guys, back down on the floor, starting with the crab reach, 40 seconds. So when you're ready, off we go. And up and change. Up and change. Turn the watch on. Yep. Up and change. Keep it going. Up and over. Up and over. Keep moving. Nice and smooth. Moving onto the floor now for those toe touches. Down in that position. Hands above the head. Alternate. Left toe, right hand. Right toe, left hand. You can just momentarily grab your foot. Gives you that little extra squeeze as well. Just have to hold it for that little bit longer. Make sure you get a grip. Okay, tabletops next. Into here, bent knees, push the hips up. And down. Push the hips up. And down. Nice and smoothly does it now. So these are very gentle moves in a lot of ways. Obviously this is quite challenging on the shoulders and arms. But what you're really looking at on this one is really focusing on your hip extension. Really focus on pushing the heels into the ground, engaging the glutes, being flat at the top of this movement. And then taking that movement pattern into a straight leg. Shake your hands out if you need to. And then up and down. Up and down. Keep going. Hold the line at the top for a beat. Make sure you're lovely and straight like that. Even higher if you can. Don't hyperextend the back, but really extend the hip, the glutes. Okay, not long left on this now. Then we'll move it back to tabletop. Bending the legs. Push the hips straight up. Keep going. Again, really get that flatness from knee to hip to shoulder. Try and get as straight a line as you can. A lot of that comes from trying to really open up the chest as well. So you draw those shoulders back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Bring it down. And then we're going to go to the toe touch. Nice simple movement this. Here and up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Keep going. And at the top as well, just keeping the hands and heels off the floor. So the core's always engaged, even when the body's long. Coming to the end of this. And down. Good job. Final one, crab reach finish. So in this position here, push the hips up and over, like that. And back down. Up and over and back down. Up and over and down. Up. Really feel that extension, that lengthening. Really think about your hips, think about your glutes as you drive the heels into the ground and then extend, and that opening out of the rib cage, which is a really lovely sensation, especially as we spend so much time closing up our ribs, hunched over laptops. That's it, nearly there everyone. Extend, and that's the end of the workout. Good job everybody, good job, cracking work. Nice and smooth, nice and slow, but what you might notice at the end of this is that you'll be a lot more mobile, posturally you'll feel a lot more upright, and hopefully it'll help you with those aches and pains that we get from sitting on the sofa working on our laptops. Okay, take care everyone, have a fantastic day, have a stretch, and I'll see you on the weekend. Bye bye.